What's good, Sea Bears fans? It is a historic night here at Canada Life Centre. Most people are gone, but there's still some people lingering around. Might have Vic Selby joining us from Winnipeg Sports Weekly. The chat is already lit. We literally just got here. I had to get everything set up. And Cam, I believe I gave you enough time to get home. So I'm glad you're able to tune in here and join us on Target Score Postgame Live. Most of you are probably here, but Brampton had a post-game show that was pretty celebratory too. Brampton Honey Badgers beat Ottawa to punch their ticket to the semifinal, the Eastern Conference Semifinal, where they're going to meet Niagara. Niagara had an incredible win against Scarborough. It was a Target Score winning three-pointer after, I think, Scarborough, we'll check the highlights. I think Scarborough was a point away from winning. They just hit a big three-pointer themselves, and then Khalil Ahmad, a.k.a. the Lion King, got it done out there. But hey, here in Winnipeg, the Sea Bears got it done. My goodness, Jelani Watson-Gale, vintage Jelani, showed up tonight with a 27-point outburst after struggling for most of the season. Let's just get through some of these because there's a million chats here. John McTavish, welcome back, buddy. Says, what a game. Rolowan says, first class. And then Phyllis, what's up, Phyllis? Good to have you on board. Woo, that was a great game. You're not kidding, man. That was phenomenal. Colossus and Iceman showed up. Just found out, actually, in the post-game show that there's a new nickname for Jelani. He is Spider-Man. So we're sticking with the superhero themes with these guys. John McTavish says, ball movement and defense look more like what we saw earlier in the season. This is what I was alluding to, right? Like, Saskatoon wasn't suddenly the runaway favorites in this game. That was not, like, I didn't think it was going to be a massive blowout, from Saskatoon. I also didn't expect Winnipeg to play as well as they did. I mean, they led from start to finish. There was only one lead change. It was from 0-0 to Winnipeg in the lead, and they never looked back. There was a couple times where Saskatoon made it interesting, but I didn't expect it to be this dominant from Winnipeg either. Listen, when Teddy Allen's not in there, you always want Teddy Allen. He's, likely the MVP, your top scorer, record scorer, just a phenomenal player, the ball goes through him on offense. It has all season. But when you take that away, there's more shots for other guys. But they have to be up to the task, and they work. Don't get me wrong. And this is not me saying that they don't want to play with Teddy or whatever. I just want to clarify that. But on the same token, the ball has to go to other people. They have to find other ways. It makes it harder for the other team to kind of plot for this and to prepare for this because they know it's going to Teddy, and you got to shut down Teddy, and it's hard enough to do as it is. This game, though, you had everybody chipping in. Let's go through some of the stats here. 27 points from Jelani Watson-Gale. 14 points, 4 boards, 2 assists, and a steal for Trey McGowan's. 20 points, 9 assists, and 6 rebounds to go along with 4 steals and 2 block shots for Xavier Moon. Xavier Moon took the reins and played the perfect Xavier Moon game. We'll get to that in just a bit. 19 points from Isaiah Osborne. How you feeling about Isaiah Osborne, everyone? How many comments do we have today? Rightfully so. Saying Isaiah had to have a big game and Jelani had to have a big game, and they had massive games. Jelani had a massive game, but that can't overshadow what Isaiah Osborne did. He was, 4 for 10 from three-point land. He missed a few down the stretch, but he was 3 for 4 to kick off the game. 46.7% from the field. DJ Burns, 7 rebounds, 7 points. I know it doesn't seem like much, but that dude was fighting with Jaden Bediako, who also had a great game for Saskatoon. We'll get to that in a second as well. But everybody chipping in. Of everybody that played tonight, the only ones not to score were Kyler Filowich. He had a rebound, and he did play some impactful minutes when he was in. And he only played, 2 minutes and 32 seconds. So not a lot of playing time, but he was impactful while he was there. And Ramogi Naguti, who only played 3 seconds to close the first quarter. Everybody else scored at least 5 points. Mason Krause had 5 points. 3 steals. There was 11 steals total for Winnipeg today. The defense was phenomenal. I know 88 points seems like a lot, but that was a phenomenal game. I clicked on the wrong. I'm going through all these here. Where's the? There's Smirkio. What's up, Smirks? Your voice is gone from the game. That's what he said. That's crazy. John McTavish is feeling good about this game in Edmonton. He says after what Niagara did, Edmonton could pull off the same upset. Well, right now, it is a 1-point ball game with 4 minutes and 13 seconds left in the third quarter. Vancouver's up 56-55. Don't leave this. I'll keep you updated. But if you have a second TV or a phone or something, you know, we might want to put the game on the side. You know, we can all watch together, have a little watch along, if you will. But it's, who knows, man? This is crazy. Like, the Sea Bears are getting, you know, ready to go to Vancouver. They have to act that way, and they're hoping they're canceling all their flights for sure. But this is a tough one. Cam, what's up? Section 109's captain says the South Pole area is crazy. No kidding. Dude, it was loud the entire game. Like, it was target score time loud the entire game. Like, it was like from the get-go. It was absolutely nuts. I just want to make sure I'm not even on the freaking not even on the Instagrams. What am I even doing if I'm not on the Instagrams, right? We got to get these going as I talk. So bear with me here as I try to figure out what I'm doing. I think, oh yeah, Stat Guy Ty's beside me, probably giving me a little bit of a give Raz, aren't you? Yeah, I caught you right in the act. Right in the act, this guy. Just looking to take shots at old Joe, old Jimmy. Hey, Jimmy Bricks, the suited assassin. Well, that's not what I want. We want. Okay, all right. This is why we did it. See, this is tough. I should have been more. I'm so excited. I didn't even get ready for this properly. So that's on me, but it is what it is. Hey, what a phenomenal game here. I got one more thing to go. Sorry, everybody. You guys are chat amongst yourselves. I got one more thing to do, and then we are golden. I want to make sure that the people that are getting home searching on Instagram can join us here. I know all the real ones are already in here. There's probably a couple we're still waiting on, but I appreciate all you guys here and excited, and you should be. It was a heck of a game tonight, and I hope you guys had as much fun as I did calling it. That was so much fun. The first ever playoff win. It's crazy to think, but that was the first playoff win that the Sea Bears have ever had in their history. They've been they're not going to the conference finals for the first time because last year they were hosting the conference finals. Back then it was the championship weekend, so they had the bye, right? So it's not exactly like, you know, they haven't been there before, but they've never won before, including that semifinal game. So this has been a phenomenal work here for the Winnipeg Sea Bears. I think this is good. I don't know why this isn't working. Okay. Did I not? Oh, our Instagram friends are going to be upset if this doesn't work. Okay, let's get out of here. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Let's get back to some more comments here before we get into the nitty-gritty of Saskatoon. Man, I love this. This is making it hard to go through because you guys are all chatting with each other, but I love it. Smirkio, Joey, wake up. I know, man. How could I not be awake, Smirkio? I had a Red Bull today, and now I am still flying after a huge win here for the Sea Bears. Absolutely stellar game. It was exactly what we needed. What's up, Phyllis? Yeah, I'm here. We got, what up? The other champs. Hey, feel free, Danung Balsera, if you want to enter the Winnipeg realm and chat this up and see what's happening. That'd be great. Old man Joe had to put some makeup on. Yeah, he did, Smirks. I don't look this good naturally, buddy. Connor Rabchak. Yes. What's up, Connor? Good to have you on. One of the stars of Winnipeg Sports Talk. I don't want you to overshadow us. So, you know, let's be nice on that one. Cam quickly putting on his Stingers jersey because the Stingers are up now 63-59. What a day we are having here. This is phenomenal. Oh man, sorry, you guys are just awesome. Here's Smirkio. JWG's my favorite Brit now. It used to be Mr. Bean. Oh, that's awesome. Okay. Hey, Exo, sorry, man. I forgot to tell you when you were commented last game, like, say hi to me, man. I love saying hi to all you guys. I met Jen today. I don't know if Jen's on here yet, but Jen came over and said hi. That was awesome. Jelani, the closer, didn't hit the final shot, but he closed this game. No doubt, man. This is absolutely crazy. Who lets a rookie host? Get out of here, you. Stat Guy Ty. Yeah, the honey's out for D. We'll see if D makes it here because we call him C. Balsera for a reason. Don't even know his own. Whatever. He's gone to bed. Yeah, this is awesome. So going back to Saskatoon, though, it got a little bit scary here as we were one game away from having our Final Four. But Tavian Dunmartin, is there a more entertaining guy in this league? He was relatively quiet throughout this game, and then he turned it on in the fourth quarter into target score time. An absolutely phenomenal game. Are we going to get a little Taylor Allen action?
I got all booked. I texted you.
Did you? Yeah. Taylor Allen, dude, this has been a disaster, by the way. All the perfection happened during the game. This live stream is just chaos. So you feel free, take your time. Josh, Frey, Sam, what's going on, buddy? They are just coming back from the post game. So Taylor Allen, Cousin Tay, is going to spill all the tea here in just a little bit. So happy to have him on. I thought I saw Vic. I thought Vic was going to come on, but that's okay. Vic was busy also doing the post game stuff for Winnipeg Sports Weekly. So close, but yeah, totally, John. TDM was drilling Steph Curry threes in target time, but that's what he does, right? He played a phenomenal fourth quarter, but it was just too little, too late. If they had that urgency throughout the entire game, this would have been totally different. But Jaden Bediako, if that guy's not in foul trouble, Jaden Bediako drew, where is he? He drew 4 fouls and he had 13 hard-earned points, but he did the work on the boards. He had 17 rebounds, 10 of those were on the offensive side. 7 of those were on the offensive side. But it was an absolute dominance, more or less, from the Winnipeg team. Let's go through some of the numbers, shall we? Winnipeg's points from turnovers, 28. Saskatoon, 0. Winnipeg had 26 fast break points. Saskatoon had 14. 10 of those came off of turnovers to 0 from Saskatoon. And they had 32 bench points, which Dave Crook mentioned in the broadcast, a little skewed because 27 of those came from Jelani Watson-Gale, who came off the bench. And if he played like this and was here for a longer time, he would have another 6th man of the year under his belt. That's for sure. They scored they had 1.22 points per possession, and they had the lead for 35 minutes, pretty much the entire game. Just, again, from start to finish, this was a phenomenal game here. Let's pull up the highlights. Do you guys want to see some highlights? Let's bring up some highlights while we're waiting for Cousin Tay to join us here. Oh, yeah, thank you. That's what I want to talk about, the turnovers. 2 turnovers for Winnipeg, just 2. The entire game. 2 turnovers. Taking care of the ball clinic tonight, to the opposite of a clinic, 19 turnovers for Saskatoon. 11 of those were steals from Winnipeg. 3 steals for Mason Krause, 4 steals for Xavier Moon, and 2 steals from DJ Burns, and 2 block shots from Xavier Moon. Again, this is a guy who is what, 6'1"? He's not much taller than me. We're about the same height, but he jumps through the gym. It's phenomenal. Let's get a look at the highlights here as we continue on, and we'll share that screen and we will get them going here. All right, here we go, friends. Time for a fun one here as we watch this as we go over it. But this was the last time that the game was tied. And from here on in, it was pretty much Winnipeg all the way. Saskatoon did not cash in on that first possession, and it was a tough go from there. Winnipeg absolutely had a great start. Simon Hildebrandt had some early shots, got into it early. Isaiah Osborne hit 2 early threes. You couldn't have drawn up a better script here for the Winnipeg Sea Bears. The Winnipeg Sea Bears, got the game they wanted. We talked about the rallying behind Teddy, and I think that 100% was the point or the reason for that tonight. Everybody chipped in and feel the need to. Oh, here's Taylor. Does he need the link? Is that what he's saying? Oh no, he'll be here soon. But yeah, this was a team again. When you don't have Teddy Allen taking the 20-something shots that he's taken a game, someone else has to take them. And again, Xavier Moon had 20 points. I think we've talked about it today where we were saying I think Xavier Moon needs to hit 30. He was 10 points shy of that, and still the Sea Bears, never looked back. But the facilitation, again, from Xavier Moon, Moon on top of the 20 points, he also had, where is it here? Xavier Moon had 9 assists. So I almost wish he got the extra one just so we could have a double-double. But Jelani Watson-Gale was the story of this game. And as the fourth quarter went on, it was just a matter of are they going to be able to stop them? We're watching here the last 16 seconds of the Vancouver-Edmonton game. Vancouver has possession. They're down 2. It's 67-65. And we just had a shot of Jordan Baker sweating a little bit, as he should be. This is a great, tight game. And a nice steal from Edmonton, but they're not going to get the shot off, are they? That wasn't close. That's okay. They have a 2-point lead going into the fourth quarter, so we are in for an absolute phenomenal end here in Vancouver. So just a reminder with this. So if Vancouver wins this game, Winnipeg has a tough turnaround to Vancouver. If Edmonton wins this game, they're canceling all their flights and hotels because they're staying here to play this game at home. And I know you guys would all love that. Could you imagine now? I know it's a tough turnaround, so if you haven't got your tickets, just make sure you're ready to click buy for that next game because the conference semifinal is going to be nuts. That Edmonton rivalry has been stellar in this building. They swept the season series with Edmonton, but Edmonton's had a lot of success in this building in the past, including in playoffs, right? But Isaiah Osborne is on the Winnipeg team now. So, hey, you just never know. Smirkio says, watch out for Vic skipping around the concourse. Yeah, he's loving it. He is a diehard day one Sea Bears fan. That'll be good. Drakenator, what's up, guy? Back here again. This is awesome. I'm loving that 3-pointer in the first quarter, dude. So did I. And Stat Guy Ty, best stat of the day. A win is greater than a double-double. And I'm sure Xavier Moon feels the same way. To give you some context here, Xavier played 40 minutes. 40 minutes. That is a long game. That is 4 full quarters in FIBA time. Absolutely phenomenal here. Oh, look who it is. Cousin Tay.
What's going on?
What's going on, my guy? Welcome in. Everybody, welcome Cousin Tay to the broadcast. It's been a while since we've had Cousin Tay in the arena. He said, you know what? Screw the Bombers. I'm going to the playoff game. I'm going to go watch Winnipeg win their first ever playoff game, even though – what did you say, Tay? Could you remind me what you said on this week's podcast, buddy? I can't remember exactly word for word.
Well, first of all, the Bombers are on a bye right now, so I didn't exactly say screw the Bombers, but I was very happy to be here and of course cover the game in person. But yeah, Joey, I think I need a plate right now because I need to eat my words because in our pregame chat I said that these Sea Bears basically didn't really stand much of a chance. And honestly, I don't feel too silly for saying that because if you look at the week that they had, everything that could have went against them did. But hey, I mean, Jelani, Watson, Gale, we got another guest on the show right now.
This is the Phoebus Delapaz. What did you feel about the game, Phoebes?
It was electric, man. It gave me flashbacks to season 1 Jelani. DJ hyped up the crowd, and it was a beauty to see.
If you guys aren't familiar with Phoebes, looking at him, you certainly know his work. He does all those unreal cinematic recaps. Do you think we're going to have one of those cinematic recaps? Do you have enough to work with?
I think so. I have more than enough to work with, so we'll see what happens.
All right. The Phoebus Delapaz is going to go shoot a 3. He's going to brick it, but we won't tell you that. And, yeah, that's Phoebes. Sorry, Tay. You were saying that plate that you had to eat some words.
Yes. Yeah. But honestly, I'm not the only one. I talked to a lot of people this week. No one was believing in the Bears. But, hey, hats off to them, man. That was a gutsy win. And honestly, like from the opening tip-off, they just played with a ton of energy, and they looked like a team that wanted it more. I mean, you could even just tell by the body language of the Mamba kind of midway through this game that they just were kind of lacking in some confidence and just couldn't keep up the pace with the Winnipeg. And I think a big reason for that was, of course, Jelani, Watson, Gale, and how, he was just shooting the lights out. But another big reason is DJ Burns. And no, he didn't, do a Teddy Allen impersonation tonight on the scoring side of things. But, man, that guy plays with so much energy, right? And it was evident from, again, the opening tip-off. And he was forced to play center. Like, he's not a true center. He's only 6'7". And yet with Tillman gone, I mean, he had to play out of position and start, which he does. He hasn't started the game all year for these guys. And he was all over the place. He was hyping up the crowd. He's blocking shots. He's diving for loose balls. He's stealing balls.
Such an important part of this team.
Totally. So, yeah, DJ Burns was just an absolute blast to watch. And without him and his hustle and his energy, I mean, this game doesn't end the way that it did.
Well, I'll tell you, talking to him this morning before the game, he was like a kid on Christmas Eve. Like he could not wait to get out there. Like you would think the way that he was acting, Tay, that he was like they got another Xavier Moon on top of the guys not leaving. Like you would have thought they brought in another star. Like he was so confident that this was going to be the outcome. I would say between him and I was talking to Vic Selby before the game, and he was saying Trey McGowan's was saying this too, right? That they're dialed in, they're focused. Today was really light in morning shoot around, like not in a bad way. Like you could tell Mike Rainbow was just like, these guys got it. Like they were confident. Isaiah Osborne was laughing, and just like it felt good. And to Isaiah Osborne, like before you got here, I was saying he had 19 points, 4 for 10 from the 3-point line, but he had 2 back-to-back to open the game. He found his stroke early. 4 3-pointers from him. You and I talked about. That's what he needed, right? And they got it from him.
He was 4 for 30, Joey. He was 4 for 30 in their last 6 games. He was ice cold. Yep. Ice cold. And then the lights are bright. The team absolutely needs him to step up. And what does he do? He steps up and he delivers. So, we all knew Xavier Moon was going to have a day, and he did. But, I mean, guys like Jelani Watson-Gale and Isaiah Osborne, they stepped up and they kind of filled in for Teddy Allen on the offensive side of things, and look what happened.
Yeah, our buddy Cam saying, "Cuz Tay, eat those words, yum yum." Adam Johnson saying he's loving the clutch baskets, 100%. You're getting a lot of love here, Tay. We got DDP. Well, he's saying goodnight, but he was happy to see you, I'm sure. You got Smirkio, one of our boys, loving your Temu AirPods.
Dude, I had real deal AirPods and I lost them on when I was in Asia, and it killed me to buy another pair of real deal ones. So here I am with Walmart AirPods. I don't support Temu. I don't shop on Temu, but yeah, Walmart, Temu, not much of a difference if we're being honest.
Phyllis is here to see you, and then you got Stat Guy Ty giving you all the love for some reason. Oh, finally a professional around here. This guy, not a single stat yet, other than the timing for Xavier. What do we pay you for? Come on, jeez.
Well, most people call me Tyler anyway, so us Tylers, we got to stick together. So I appreciate
Tyler and Jimmy.
Support.
Tyler and Jimmy. This is So just to give an update, Edmonton's up 74-72, 2 minutes into the fourth quarter. So this is a much tighter game than I think people were expecting. Okay, let's get to this, Tay, because I want you to see this. I'm pretty sure you haven't seen it either. This is towards the end of the game. I'm going to give it a full screen, and this is the Scarborough game, okay? Scarborough, who was playing without a bunch of, like, Frank Mitchell was not there. Here, we're already too far. Hold on. I got to bring it back. We got to bring it way back. So Frank Mitchell got suspended. Miles Powell did not get suspended, right? So they still have their star player in this game, the leading scorer, for the team, leads in target score time. A lot of people frustrated that he's in the game because he threw a punch, and I'm one of those people that thought he should have got suspended. So here we are in the dying second, or the dying minutes of the game, or target score time. Here goes Niagara on the run, big block. All right, everything's going Scarborough's way, right? 81-81. And then here's Niagara trying to chip into it. I can't really see who that is. I think that's Kaio. Okay, great. All right, here we go, Tay. You ready for this? Big three. Boom. The target is 86. That's 84 points for Scarborough. It's over, right? Scarborough's on their feet. Niagara River Lions, they're not champions. They don't know what to do in this situation. What are they going to do here? Well, Lufile says, I'm going to set a screen for you, Khalil Ahmad, and I'm just going to shoot this dumb 26-foot shot, and I'm going to can it for the game. Niagara River Lions, the 4 seed, goes into Scarborough, wins that game. You had to eat your words. Man, Scarborough had to sleep in the bed they made tonight after that stupidity in that game against Brampton, in a game that meant absolutely nothing. This is poetic. And let me tell you this, and I know you and I have talked about this. I've said this through all of these shows. Niagara's still the 2-time defending champions. I told you from the get-go that Scarborough was bound and primed to be an upset in these playoffs. Again, it was a little bit, full squad, maybe not. It's probably a different outcome, but they did this to themselves and they lost. And Niagara is a team that knows when the best basketball needs to be played, and that is right now in the playoffs.
When it's a close game and it's the playoffs, name someone you'd rather have the ball in their hands than Khalil Ahmad. You're right. That was the first time I saw that. I didn't get a chance to see the highlights quite yet, but But as those highlights are kind of going, I'm kind of thinking, okay, I have a feeling Khalil's going to do something at the end here to get the job done. And sure enough, he does. So, yeah, I mean, even though Niagara was the 4th seed and they didn't have a great regular season, I mean, like you said, they're the reigning champs for a reason. And, yeah, I know this roster looks a little different and they had a slow start to the year. But, I mean, now that they've gotten through Scarborough, even though Scarborough obviously, wasn't exactly Scarborough for pretty obvious reasons. But yeah, I mean, Niagara is not a team I don't think anyone is going to be taking lightly at this time of year.
Well, I'll tell you what, big shot just hit by Edmonton. They're up 77-72, 7:15 left in the 4th quarter. So people starting to sweat in Vancouver here, but a big shot there. They just responded. Now it's a 2-point ball game. I'm going to try and keep you in the loop as best we can here as we move forward, but it's tough to do 2 things at once. But man, what stuck out to you? I want to go over some of these because you weren't on here, but Winnipeg had 28 points from turnovers. Saskatoon had 0. Winnipeg had 2 turnovers all game. That's a product of Xavier Moon having the ball in his hands and carrying that ball up and knowing what to do with it. One of those turnovers was the most out-of-character turnover I've ever seen from Xavier Moon, where he just thought a player was cutting through. He wasn't, and he literally handed the ball to Jaden Bediako, but then Saskatoon threw it away the very next play, so it didn't cost them. That was one of only 2 turnovers the entire game. There were 19 turnovers for Saskatoon. A lot of them unforced. They seemed that they were a little overwhelmed at times, but that is due to Winnipeg's defensive scheme. I think they put a lot of pressure on those guys. For a team that really had to rebound, and they did, where's the rebound totals here? They had 35 rebounds. Again, you knew Saskatoon was going to out-rebound. Like, I think that was almost a given. They still got their 48 rebounds. But, in a game where the guards have to rebound, sometimes that gives up the transition points, but they still had 26 fast break points, 10 of those coming off turnovers. I thought this is about as complete a game you could play with this lineup against this Mamba team.
Yeah, I mean, to win tonight, the Sea Bears had to play a clean game. Like you said, they were oversized. They were, overmatched. And for them to win, I mean, Xavier Moon, he got the message. He knew what it was all about. And, early on in the year, like let's be honest, with Teddy Allen and Trey McGowan, those guys have been phenomenal for this team all season long. But both of them, at times they kind of turn the ball over a little bit, right? And now Xavier Moon, true point guard, a true guy you can really kind of really run the entire offense through and get everyone kind of involved in whatever. Like he takes better care of the basketball, and that really made a major difference tonight. I mean, to only have 2 turnovers against anyone, at any point of the year is absurd. But to do that in the playoffs with your back up against the wall like they were tonight is just says a lot about the coaching as well. To just have these guys ready, despite everything that was going on this week, for them to play that clean of the game and not be distracted. I mean, you can mention DJ Burns and all these other guys and Xavier Moon and Jelani Watson-Gale and whatever, but like Mike Rainbow, man, like I think he deserves the game ball, because I don't know how many coaches would be able to have their guys ready, feeling good, confident, and again, playing a clean game, considering all the stuff that's happened this week. But Mike Rainbow, I mean, props to him, man. That was an incredible showing by the Sea Bears tonight. And yeah, I think he's the main reason why, probably.
You know what the other crazy thing is? Ben Stevens did not play. So the big man they brought in to replace Jeremiah Tillman Jr. didn't even play in this game, which is like just such a great team effort. And that's not a knock on Ben Stevens. Like, it's hard to come in the playoffs. He was there if they needed him. But everybody had a big impact. And like, to go back to what you were saying, Cam watching along here, Phyllis watching along, going for Edmonton. A lot of temporary Edmonton fans here. Kerry Stevenson saying Watson Gale's the new Teddy. This is the one from Smirkio. Yeah. Kyle Julius is coaching again. He literally stepped in front of Rans Brempong, coming in just for the playoffs.
Preach, Smirkio, preach.
So part of me is like, you know, good for Edmonton if they win, because there's just too much flexibility with Vancouver and too many calling shots that, you know, whatever. It is what it is. They just got another steal here. Looks like they're going to tie the game. Here comes Michael Mulder. He has the ball stripped, but it's going to be a foul. Refereeing tonight, not the greatest. We had some pretty bad calls here tonight here as well, but that's how we do it. Hayden says, I'm more nervous watching the Vancouver game than I was for ours. I think there's
which makes sense, like Joey. Yeah. It makes sense, because I think in a lot of ways, like, Sea Bears fans showed up tonight not really expecting anything, or expecting the worst, right? Like, I think everyone kind of felt like, okay, well, we're playing with house money, I guess, because if we lose, I mean, we were kind of expected to lose, but if we win, like, holy smokes, no one saw it coming. So I think, I don't think Hayden's the only one that probably feels that way. My stepbrother, he came to his first Sea Bears game tonight, finally, after all these years, and he was kind of texting me before the game, like, what to expect. I'm like, hey, should I expect the Sea Bears to pull this one out? And I was like, no, I'm going to be honest with you, probably not. So yeah, he left happier than a pig and you-know-what, because he wasn't expecting anything, right? And he ended up getting a hell of a performance, and so did the other 6,000 fans in the building.
Oh man, yeah, this is I just hit it away. Yeah, Edmonton missing key shots right now. Michael Mulder at the line, looks like he's going to tie it up here. 6:09 left, and it's 77-77. Just a slog out there. But let's go back to Teddy here. Tay, we had a rush show on our podcast, and previewing this game. But the way this all went down, as you said, for the guys to regroup, and we talked about this in practice, right? And they said this is an opportunity for the team to galvanize here and galvanize will a win in tonight's game. They've been talking to Teddy. Teddy's still there, and as I mentioned in the pregame show, all of these guys that left, going back to Trey Scott, right? The Trey Scotts of the world, the Jeremiah Tillman Juniors. They still feel like they're part of this team. These guys don't want to go. And I know people get frustrated. And I had a little bit of a vent today, telling people that it's still the Sea Bears. It's still your team, right? And this might be where they need you more. And I felt like the people that were here really, answered the bell and was that sixth man for the Sea Bears. But, you're carrying on what you built. As much as nothing matters in the regular season, it was all built through the regular season. And to me, it kind of felt like, hey, Teddy has to pass the torch. Your man is down, right? The guy that's been the heart of this offense, that's captured this city's heart in, a ridiculous event downtown Winnipeg. And this, is something you can't plan for. And I thought the professionalism in this game, how they were able to put it aside, use it for motivation where needed. But these guys are professional basketball players, but they're still human. It's hard to go through something like this. And, hopefully Teddy's going to be okay. I don't think he's going to be playing in these playoffs. Again, injuries haven't been disclosed. We just heard in that statement that it's probably going to require surgery, which leads me to believe there's probably not a path back here for the playoffs. But that means more shots are open for these guys, and guys were contributing when their guy was down. But, take it away. Like, how did you feel about the team's response with everything going on?
Yeah, I mean, just watching them in warm-up, right? I mean, Xavier Moon rocking the Deadpool shirt in honor of Teddy. And, yeah, and I spoke to DJ Burns one-on-one after the game as well, and he said, we're doing this for the city of Winnipeg, but we're doing this for Teddy too, and Tillman as well. He mentioned Tillman as well. So yeah, I mean, obviously no one wanted that to happen in the Sea Bears organization, but maybe in some kind of crazy, bizarre, weird way, it all kind of gave them something to kind of bond over and rally around. And, because no one can really relate to what this team is going through other than those guys in that locker room. I mean, like I said on the other day, like, I've been covering sports in this province for nearly a decade, and I've never seen something like this happen before. So who knows? Maybe that's just something that those guys were able to really rally around and bond over and say, like, man, like, let's go out there for each other, but also for Teddy too. And it was obvious that was kind of the case tonight.
Hey, if you guys are just tuning in, like and subscribe to this channel. This is just one of the shows as part of the content schedule here on the Target Score Podcast Network. I love that guys are coming out here. This is awesome. Letting us know, hey, this is Thursday night. People have to work in the morning. Love you guys for sticking around and saying goodnight. You guys have a great night if you have to stay, but those either staying, love you here too. Those are just tuning in. This is awesome. But yeah, I agree with you 100%. And the other thing too, that was kind of tough for this team. I think I'm frozen. Oh, here I am. Another thing that was tough for this team is they had so much consistency throughout the regular season from a roster perspective. This would have been the dream last year, right? Remember, Mike Taylor was trying to keep all of his pieces here for championship weekend, but guys were going to summer league. They weren't sure if they were coming back. Like, I think of Terry Roberts. Then they come back. It's kind of, helter-skelter. You've got all these stars. No one really knows what their role is. And this time, everything had a bit of a definition to their roles, each player. But then you get hit with this. Less than 48 hours before you have to play your first playoff game. And everybody, you say you had to eat your words. You're not the only one, Tay. Like, we've seen the comments. Everybody, I'm not going to say everybody, a lot of people were counting the Sea Bears out off the hop, that they couldn't do it with Tillman Jr. or without Tillman Jr.
I would say everybody. I didn't see a single person say, hey, I still believe, I still think they're going to win. Like, seriously, everyone that I saw online and was talking to in person and whatever was saying, yeah, we don't think they're gonna. And then I'm sure there was someone out there, Joey, but if there was, I didn't cross a path. No, you didn't. Get out of here.
No, what I did say is I think people were overreacting to they made it sound like the Chicago Bulls from 1996 were coming in here to take on the Winnipeg Sea Bears made up of
But people weren't overreacting. You lose your MVP, you lose one of the most versatile Canadians in the league in Emmanuel Acott, and you lose your lone center. No, that's not an overreaction.
Jeremiah Tillman Jr. has not been a factor in those Saskatoon games. Like, that's the other thing.
Yeah,
the thing where it
that's fair, is that but I mean,
but
still
battling with Bediako, right? Like, you battle with Bediako. Sometimes you don't have to be on the score sheet to have an impact on the game, right? It changes the look for the offense when, you have Tillman on defense, right? He clogs the key for sure. But Saskatoon was playing really well. Don't get me wrong. They were the hottest team coming into this, but it's still the same team minus Tevian Jones the last time they played, right? That's coming in here, and that the Sea Bears have beaten 3 of the 4 times they played, all of the times they played here on home court. Like, I thought it was going to be a close game. I still thought that Saskatoon had the advantage. But I Xavier Moon, and I said this to somebody before the game, if this was the lineup at the start of the season and Xavier Moon is your guy, people would have been excited before the season ever started. They would have been like, oh, this is great. Well, Jelani Watson-Gale's back. Oh, we got Trey McGowans, who played in Nebraska with Teddy Allen, right? You've got Xavier Moon. It's like, oh, yeah, we're a little light up front, but there are no perfect teams. And further to your point about Mike Rainbow, you played with the roster you have. And let's keep another thing in mind about Mike Rainbow. He is phenomenal at putting out teams that are undersized. All of his Westman teams, they don't have the 7-footers, the 6'10" guys. You had guys like Donald Stewart, who might be 6'6", right? You're 6'7" maybe on a good day if he did some yoga and stretched out the spine. He's a guy that had to play center for a team that went to the finals how many years in the last 5 or 6 years since I've been here, right? So this plays into the Mike Rainbow style of teams. He is good at finding the the gifted guys that are often overlooked and how to use undersized teams. And I think today was a perfect example of that. But I didn't think it was that big of a runaway for Saskatoon.
Well, props to you then, because I think a lot of people, myself included, did. But yeah, I mean, Saskatoon, though, I mean, we talk about the Sea Bears all night long, but Saskatoon, you have to be sick to your stomach. What an absolutely blown opportunity. Here's a team that has done bupkis in this league since really year one, right? When they won the first championship as the Stingers back in the good old days. And really since then, this team has been really kind of struggling to really find their footing in this league. And, they bring in Tavian Dunn-Martin and they have that really slow start to the year. And then this team really finds their game towards the end, and they're the hottest team in the league going into the playoffs. And here they are coming to Winnipeg, a short little trip, and they're playing this Sea Bears team that's super depleted. And it's like, okay, you got to get the job done here, right? And yet they come out, and it's not even just that they lost, Joey, just how they looked. Again, they looked flat. The guys didn't look like they're having fun. The guys, their body language sucked. They were whining to their refs constantly. They were just defensively, there just wasn't that effort there. The Sea Bears, the first quarter, my goodness, I think I could have scored 10 points in the first quarter against the Mamba. Seriously, everyone was scoring. Is someone gonna start playing defense? What's going on here? So yeah, I mean, never mind the Sea Bears and everything that they went through and all the good things that they did tonight and whatever. The Mamba, that was an inexcusable performance. Again, if you're a Mamba fan, you should be absolutely sick to your stomach.
Well, Dave Crook said throughout the broadcast, just letting you know, target is 92. Vancouver's up 85-79. There's just a foul called against Vancouver here. See if there's shots. But Dave Crook said it in the first quarter, because Mike Rainbow said today, this is a game that I kind of expect to be in the 80s, right? It's playoff basketball. Defense is going to become important. These possessions are important because you're not going to get a lot of opportunities. And Dave Crook said they might hit 80 points in the first half. That's how it felt in the first quarter. But the other thing that Saskatoon tried to do, this is Nolan Short. Nolan, thanks for tagging along here, coming on today. He says, Sask's play style allows you to be small. Just play on the perimeter. Vancouver won't be as easy from the standpoint. 100%. But the other thing that Winnipeg did is they got Betty Acko in foul trouble. So he was missing a lot of crunch time in the second half. And they tried to play small at times. Like, I thought the advantage for them was to like use that size on Winnipeg, but it almost like they put out lineups that would play into Winnipeg's hands at times, and Winnipeg took full advantage. Like, Isaiah Fox is a great coach. He's going to get votes for Coach of the Year with Saskatoon. He had him peaking at the right time, but there were some decisions here that I think he's going to look at and be like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't have, abandoned the plan and maybe try to exploit the size of Winnipeg as opposed to trying to match it. And again, Tavian Dunn-Martin wasn't hitting shots until the fourth quarter, right? It'd be a lot different if he came out of the gate and hit, 2 or 3, maybe 4 3-pointers in that first quarter, where then it opens up the floor and keeps him a little more honest. But props to Xavier Moon, who kept him in check.
Yeah, I just kept waiting for Saskatoon just pound the paint, right? Like post up and have bodies down there and whatever, and then just like they weren't doing that, like no one said, they were really, playing into Winnipeg's hand basically. But with that said, though, I mean, DJ Burns and the limited, minutes that Kyler Filowich played as well, he had a really nice stop down low as well. Like, they weren't giving them any easy baskets down low. Like DJ Burns had those 2 swats on Tavian Dunn-Martin, that one that went into the stands and the place went ballistic over and stuff. So it's like, even though the Sea Bears were undermanned, they were playing some hard defense, and they were playing bigger than what their size was in this game.
Stat Guy Ty, first half points at regular season and playoffs, or playoffs? Playoffs. So franchise high for the Sea Bears, 53 first half points for Winnipeg in the playoffs. So Mitch Creek just took a technical foul in target score time, and Kyle Julius, the White Knight, had to settle him down. Here, I just want to bring this up here. Bears had 47 with 5 minutes left in the half. Thought they were going to go off for over 60. John, yep. I think a lot of us felt the same way. We were talking about it on the broadcast, like we were trying to catch our breath. Like the pace of the game at times, just back and forth. Like poor Dave Crook is trying to give his analysis, and in the middle of his analysis, there's something else to analyze. Like, there were parts of the game where I was just like, man, you take it away, just because the analysis just rolling over, right? Because everything had something that he brought value to with his coaching insight. But Winnipeg, I think, did a great job in the fourth quarter where they realized the clock is on their side, right? Like, because there was momentum that a few times it was going in Saskatoon's way. They would slow it down, walk it over the floor. Xavier Moon, right? The guy that understands this game, that can play through the noise, that, doesn't let that emotion of the crowd get to him, and can really keep in real time. And I felt he did a wonderful job at managing the game towards the fourth quarter, where it was like, hey guys, like, we are going to run down the shot clock here because we want to have this sizable lead going into target time. Like, the quicker we get shots up, if we're missing, it puts them in a position to come back and score, right, and get back in this game. So I thought he did a phenomenal job at managing this game, and I thought it was crazy. They had 4 steals and 2 blocks. Just he did everything tonight.
Well, what's the update in Vancouver? What's going on?
87-80, target score is 92. Nick Hornsby is currently shooting the technical foul shots, and he gets the first one to go. It's 87-82. It's just the one shot? And Vancouver gets the possession. Okay. All right, so it's 87-81. Vancouver has the possession under their own basket. And they are 5 points away from the target score. Edmonton, though, not far behind. They are 9 points away from that target score. So hopefully, we see Edmonton with a few defensive stops and make this interesting down the stretch. What's that?
That's 11.
You're right. It's 11. Math is not my strong suit. That's why you and I do this, right, Taylor? It's words. We like words. We don't like numbers. And so it's 11 points here, and they just got another stop. So here's hoping. John saying lots of clutch buckets with one on the shot clock. Yeah, 100%. And Jelani Watson-Gale was putting up a few with the shot clock winding down.
Vintage Jelani Watson-Gale.
Absolutely vintage Jelani Watson-Gale. And my thing is, I just don't know. Oh, Nick Hornsby's down here. Looks like he got pelted pretty hard. But Jelani Watson-Gale, I don't know if this is sustainable. Here's the other thing. It's great that he had it, but I don't think he's going to get that either against Vancouver or Edmonton, because both teams are bigger and can really play down low, but they also have some talented guards. I think he's better suited for Edmonton. But you throw Shamar Givens in there, it's going to be tough. And I think they're going to need him to hit the shots. I think for Jelani Watson-Gale in this one, and I loved what he said in the post game, where he's like, I was here in 2023 when we got upset by Edmonton, and to come back here and win this for the city means a lot. But on the same token, now you got to go back there, but not have the expectation that you need to, push for 30. But, you gotta get 20 from him and Osborne, I think, or at least Osborne in the vicinity of 15 to 20.
Well, this isn't Jelani's first rodeo, going into a playoff game with the Sea Bears and being dealt a huge blow heading into it. I mean, you're at year one team, as everyone recalls. I mean, EJ Anasike, their next best player after Teddy Allen, right? Like, he got that call up to the Nigerian team, and it kind of just took all the wind out of Winnipeg sails, and they were just completely overmatched by Edmonton in that playoff game. And then, sure enough, same time, or it's somewhat similar of a situation this week with a few guys being lost. So I wonder if that experience from year one is something that Jelani kind of learned from, maybe. I don't know, but yeah, like to a point you made earlier, though. I mean, obviously their Sea Bears are very undersized right now, but if you look at their guards, Jelani and Trey and Xavier, and even Mason Krause too, he did some great stuff tonight. He was awesome, especially in transition and finishing around the basket. I mean, is there another team in the league that you've kind of swapped those guards with?
Vancouver just won. Sorry to cut you off. Michael Mulder hit a 3 fading out of bounds from the corner. Great push for Edmonton, but Vancouver putting them to the coals at the end. It's tough, man. Vancouver, Mitch Creek playing when he wants to play, and, Kyle Julius coming here. It's just weird that this might be their year with everything that's happened. Edmonton, great valiant effort, but their season's over. So Winnipeg is going to Vancouver. They can book those flights and hotels. So unfortunately, we're not going to have a game here at Canada Life Center. But nonetheless, I'm excited for this rematch. It did not go well. I'm told that the Sea Bears have made sure that there's going to be no travel delays with their travel this time around. So they'll be getting there, I think, comfortably and ready to play. They're not chancing what they did in Vancouver last time. And I'm excited for this rematch. As much as I wanted to see the home game here, I'm real excited to see Vancouver and Winnipeg run it back after just a few days after that spanking here. And I think it would feel nice for Sea Bears fans. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if Winnipeg pulled this off in Vancouver, I think it would feel just as nice, if not nicer, to do it in Vancouver.
Well, hold on. Since they're going to Vancouver, let's make it official and wave goodbye to Canada Life Center. See you next year. It's been a slice.
Yeah. Well,
and
hey,
how do I turn this thing around?
Hey, you keep talking, man. You keep filling that plate. That's what everybody wants. Who wants to hear Taylor talk about how badly Vancouver's going to get beat up? Because that worked really well for them last time. By the way,
exactly. I'm trying to do you guys a favor, right? That me being a negative Nelly, I guess, apparently does well. Maybe they have my face plastered up in the locker room with my words, and that's what motivated them to get the job done tonight. So who knows? So there you go. There's some more bulletin board material for Winnipeg.
Someone from the Sea Bears staff gave me a piece of the floor that randomly fell off. So I've got a piece of history here. A piece of the floor that was home to the first ever Sea Bears playoff win. But yeah, no, this is awesome. We know the matchup is set. The Final Four is set. And Tyree Samuel's back. He was not in that game last game. He had his wisdom teeth taken out here. So, Vancouver's feeling really good. And they're going to feel good after this game. And they've got a lot of momentum going into this one. They had a little adversity in this game, but Mitch Creek's a tough guy too. This is going to be a tough matchup. I'm going to have my game day live on game day, but to kind of preview it here before we wrap things up, Tay, just with Shamar Givens, Tyrese Samuel, Michael Mulder shooting the lights out now, and Mitch Creek, like, this is a real team. I know they've gone through their ups and downs, but they're playing a really good Vancouver team, and I don't think it's out of the realm of I don't think it's out of the realm of reality to say that this is Vancouver's game to lose.
For sure, but you look at the last 2 times the Sea Bears played the Bandits, and they came up short, right? They disappointed big time in both of those. And obviously the last time they played Vancouver, they had their travel fiasco, so they didn't exactly have their legs underneath them. But Joey, who knows? Maybe again, in some kind of crazy way, the Sea Bears throwing this completely different lineup at them, maybe it'll work. Who knows? It's hard to say. But with that said, I mean, having to go to Vancouver and play a team that definitely has size and knows how to use it doesn't really bode well for Winnipeg. And also, too, just having to leave this building, right? Like, we've seen the Sea Bears, I wouldn't say they look like a different team when they play at home, but like, they just really do have more pep in their step. And again, it was just obvious tonight. So yeah, it's going to be a massive challenge. But honestly, Joey, tonight was a massive challenge, and they got through it. So I'm being a bit of a smarty pants over here, some of my comments, but like honestly, with what I saw from the Sea Bears tonight, you can't write this team off. It'll be an uphill battle. They'll need some things to go right. They'll need probably another performance where 3 guys get 20 plus points. But hey, just seeing these guys after this game, talking to a few of them, you can just tell these guys are full of confidence right now. So we'll see, man. Saturday will be fun either way.
Yeah, and as I just put up on the ticker there, you could read it. The Sea Bears are heading to Vancouver to take on the Bandits, who just beat Edmonton 92-83. I just want to give you guys some of the points here. Shamar Givens had 20 points, 7 assists. Tyrese Samuel, 13 points, 10 rebounds, so a double-double for Tyrese. Tevin Brown, where is he? 19 points. And Mitch Creek had 16, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, and they got how many points off the bench? 15 from Michael Mulder, who was 55% from the field today after he was almost perfect against Winnipeg. Like, that was a phenomenal outburst from Mulder. So Michael Mulder, after having an up-and-down season all year, the former Golden State Warrior, looks like he's humming along there now. But their bench only gave them 18 points from Vancouver's bench, and 15 of those came from Michael Mulder. Kind of like Jelani Watson-Gale. There was 32 points, but 27 of those came from Watson-Gale, or 28, whatever it was. So, yeah, this is what are your keys to this game, Taylor? We'll end with this. You're looking ahead to Vancouver now. The travel's not going to be an issue, it sounds like. You're going to get there early, and it's an early tip-off, though. I mean, they got to get to bed. There's no partying tonight because they got to play at, I guess it'd be 12:30 local time, right, Tay, in Vancouver. So it's an early day game out in Van City.
I mean, keys to the game, if you're the Sea Bears, in Moon we trust, right? No, you don't have your MVP, but Xavier Moon might be the most talented player in this league, right? And he showed tonight just how dangerous he can be when he truly is the guy. And like, it's kind of funny, right? All kind of off season and the weeks, leading up to Xavier finally making his debut, the talk was, well, how well does Xavier and Teddy actually complement each other and fit together? Well, don't have to worry about that anymore. It's Xavier's team, and he's shown before many a times what he can do when he's leading a team. So that's obviously a big one. And again, I would just say DJ Burns, playing big. And this one against Vancouver, then maybe this team has a chance. So it's going to be fun. I'm really excited to watch the game.
All right, and I just want to put this one from Phyllis. It wasn't a blowout win for Vancouver. They only got the lead back in the fourth, and Edmonton couldn't get any baskets after a while. I'm going to leave with these thoughts. Reloan, Sea Bears watch party at CLC. I doubt it, but hey, you never know. You never know. But I'm going to end with this. Stat guy Ty brought up a great stat. Or what was the points per game? Do you remember for Xavier in the? Anyway, as he looks that up, if we get it, it's not a big deal. But Xavier Moon is undefeated in the playoffs in the target score era. The last time he lost a playoff game was in the semifinals against Alex Campbell's Saskatchewan Rattlers in 2019 before target score came into play. And he remains undefeated in target score time tonight. I'm wondering if there's a little extra fuel because they just beat his former team, robbing him the chance to play them in his return. So as much as that would have been a great storyline, I'm curious now if he's going to bring the city of Edmonton on his back and now try to give, a revenge game for 2 cities. I think the motivation is going to be at an all-time high, Tay.
I highly doubt that's on Xavier Moon's mind, but
it's on my mind. It's my show.
Fair enough.
All right, everybody. Oh, here's one for Bonomi because Bonomi likes to come in late. Shebang. Yeah, Brampton has won. Brampton playing Niagara in the Eastern Conference Semifinal. And the Winnipeg Sea Bears head to Vancouver for a final or for a Western Conference final in Vancouver. I wanted to say the second straight year, but last year was the semifinals because of the championship weekend thing. But yes, they're going to Vancouver. It's the first time they've advanced through a win in the CEBL playoffs. They look to make it 2 in a row. Xavier Moon looks to remain undefeated in the target score time era. Let's give this one a last comment of the night to Phyllis. Phyllis, love your participation here. She says, let's go. Love the optimism. You guys have been fun. For all of you that doubted, hey, it all worked out in your favor. Maybe they can do it again. And if they do, they will be back here next weekend for a finals game. And if they do get there, here's the kicker. They will be hosting the championship game, whether it's game 2 or game 3, because Scarborough is out. There is no longer a higher seed than Winnipeg and Vancouver remaining in this playoff. So the winner of that one is going to host the championship deciding games next weekend. So watch the game. We will have your game day live. Maybe by a miracle I make it to Vancouver for a live show from there. If you guys want to donate, go for it. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. We'll figure out a way, but if not, we will be definitely having a game day live from here. Thank you all, everybody in the chat. It was great. Like, subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with everybody. At Taylor Allen 31, at Joey Slattery TV on Instagram, at Target Score Pod on YouTube. On Instagram, Target Score Podcast on YouTube, and of course, our normal regular show. And we'll be back next week with a very fun, hopefully it'll be a fun talking about wins, but regardless, it's going to be a stacked show on the Target Score Weekly Winnipeg show next week. Taylor, thanks for making the time here, buddy. It was good to have you back in the gym.
Yeah, sorry for having the Walmart headphones here. Hopefully, they didn't sound too horrible. Next time, I'll be more prepared and bring the actual mic. But yeah, it's a blast, man, and we'll see what we have cooking ahead, and we'll see what these Sea Bears got cooking ahead.
Sounds good. Have a good night, everybody. Remember, like, subscribe, share, have those notifications on. Plenty of programming coming up here throughout the next days between Brampton, Winnipeg, and Vancouver. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you on Saturday.